This weekend on Father's Day, one out of every 3 churches in our diocese are being affected with the new priest, either a pastor or an assistant. The move officially took place on Tuesday, so by this weekend they will be introduced to the new church, to the community, just like 2 years ago when I arrived. Whether it's a new priest in town or I call it a new do in town, the parishioner normally try to keep an eye on the new do to see who he is, what is his personality, what direction he intends to go. Is he a talkative guy like Monsignor Luke Cree? Is he a strict person like Father Robert? Or he's a funny-looking man like Martino? So basically, they keep an eye on the new guy. And you want to see who it is. That's the story happened in today's gospel, and the gospel of Luke. Remember last week I talked to you about the gospel last week about the woman in Nain when she buried her child? In that town of Nain, nobody know who Jesus was. He had no faith in there. Nobody know who he was. He walked up to the woman. Nobody recognized him. He came up and lifted up the child from there, gave it to them, and he kept moving on. Nobody know who he was. But in this town today, they know him. His fame has gone ahead of him. They have heard this guy is pretty good. He healed the sick, right? He made the deaf hear, the dumb spits, and the deaf hear, the dumb, not the dumb, the mute. Not the dumb know how to spit, they just spit wrongly. The mute spits. And he has raised the dead to be alive. So they want to check out who this guy. Just like before I came here, some of the people here have your grandkids in Augusta, and they tell me, oh, I know who that kid. When I visit my grandkids, blah, blah. So, this Pharisee is a rich, wealthy man. He invited Jesus to come over for dinner. But unlike all the people who invite Jesus out for dinner, this guy invited Jesus to dinner in order to check out the dude. Who is he? He's a prophet? Is God Dios? Or he's just a normal man like you and me? So he invited Jesus, came over. Jesus, back then when a person has a big house, they normally have the reception in the backyard and get drunk back there. Just like the Southern Baptists, they don't get drunk in the front yard. They do it behind the backyard. But anyway, that's the air condition of the day. That's where the breeze coming through. And normally, in those rich houses, when they have a party, the poor people of the village are allowed to come, but they got to keep their mouth shut. So they can receive certain things, from the table. Here, Jesus sitting out there, reclining and enjoying a little bit. There's a woman standing behind him and begin touching his feet. You see? So, I go do my pedicure and manicure. People say, oh, Father, you don't do that. I say, Jesus was the first one. Right? He did his pedicure right there. Not just with the regular water. He with the tears of a woman. And when I do that, I tell the Vietnamese, you're lucky I didn't make you to use your hand to wipe them out. Jesus did. But anyway, Jesus was doing that. And here's this Pharisees looking at Jesus intently and saying, oh my God, who the heck is him? If he is a prophet, like people said he is, or God, then he wouldn't know who touched it there. Don't you know who that lady is? She's a sinner. But more than just a sinner, she's a prostitute. She's doing crazy things. She touched many men and here he touched this guy. This guy had no glow. And it seemed like he enjoyed it. And he questioned in his mind. The sidetrack I always wonder. How do the prostitute knows about the house? Have the owner, the Pharisee, ever used her service? She really knows nothing around here. That's really scary, isn't it? And Luke named the Pharisee Simon. But Luke had no name for the woman when he recorded the gospel. I'm so glad, because other than that, I would wonder how Luke knows her name as well. But lucky enough, Luke doesn't know her name, so she left the woman's name blank. But anyway, that's a little sidetrack of my homily, just for your stinking curiosity. If you got the answer, let me know. If you know the woman's name, let me know, okay? No man had ever dared to say, yes, I do know. But anyway, go on the story. The Pharisees thinking in his mind, said, ooh, who is this guy named Jesus? But Jesus read his mind. Jesus said, Simon, come over here. I got something to tell you. I got something to tell you. As I said, unlike the story of Lazarus, nobody knows Jesus. In this town they do. When Jesus said that, what Simon the Pharisee respond to Jesus? What? Yes, Master. You see, he knows about Jesus. They say, yes, Master. Yes, teacher. What you want to tell me? Come on, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm ready. That's the whole point why I'm inviting you here. But Jesus gave him a quite long lecture. Oh, let me tell you, come over here, Simon. You troublemaker. You such a sinner. You invited me here not because you want to treat me a good meal along with my disciple, but you want to see who I am. Let me tell you who am I. You know what? You didn't treat me right. When I entered your house, you didn't wash my feet. You gave me no water to wash my hands. Look at this woman, she's watching me. And the other one, she said, oh, by the way, you didn't treat me like a royal priest, like a royal guest. You didn't anoint me with the oil. Look at her, she's anointing me. I mean, the guy was saying, come on, Jesus, back off, back off. What you talking about? This dude is not like the casa as tu casa type, my house, your house kind of dude. He invited Jesus, he said, hey, don't touch anything, sit there, let me keep an eye on you. And that's what it is. He said, back off, Jesus. But Jesus wouldn't stop. He goes on and on and on and on, and he gave the guy the long lectures about forgiving and everything. Man, how'd you like it when you invite me to your house and I give you that kind of lecture? You would have told me, said, Father, you know the door you walk in, not the same door, please walk out. But Jesus didn't care. He tells it is what it is. Psychologists will tell us there are 4 different kinds of people. Anybody a psychologist in here? Okay. There's 4 kinds of people. They're aggressive and then the reverse of the aggressive is what? The passionate. The passive. And the introvert and the extrovert. I tell you there's only 2 kinds of people out there. Well, actually 3, but the one kind is God, so let's put him aside. Because you and I don't want to be that. Because they crucify him anyway. We want to be crucified. We don't want to be that, and we can be that, so let's put it aside. There are 2 kinds of people. The guy who would walk into a room in a party and say, everybody relax, don't worry, be at peace, take your seat. I'm here. I'm right here. I take care of it. Don't worry about it. I own this place. The second kind of people would walk into a place and look at everybody and say, oh, everybody is here. Now I can be at peace. You see the difference? Let me repeat it again. The one who would walk into a room, including even Jesus sitting there, said, everybody, don't worry, relax, rejoice, be at peace. I'm here. The other one would walk into a room and say, now I'm so happy that everybody's here. I now can rejoice because everyone is here. In our life, we would have said that to God sometimes. We look at God and say, God, don't worry. I'm in charge. How often we tell God that, huh? Relax. I tell you what to do. The other one would look at God and say, God, I'm so glad you're here. Now I can be at peace. The first one is the Pharisees. God, relax. I'm in charge. The second one is the woman, the unnamed. Oh, I'm so happy you're here, God. Now I can be at peace. And at the end, who has peace? The Pharisee will be so angry, right? And the woman leave. Jesus said, go, leave. Go in peace. So who are we? Who are you? Who am I? Are we the first or